Good evening. Welcome to the Camden Opera House. My name is Dave Morrison. I'm the manager, and it's great to see you. Thank you for joining us. Side note, the music you've been listening to is Roan Yellowthorn. They will be here March 25th playing a concert to raise funds for Finding Our Voices, so I hope you join us for that. It's going to be a really wonderful night. Tonight's SoundCheck program, like all our free live stream events, is supported by your donations to the Community Arts Fund. You can keep this going by donating at CamdenOperaHouse.com. And if you have already, thank you so much. We couldn't do this without you. Tonight's performance is sponsored by our friends at the Camden Premier Inns and 40 Paper right down the street, both of whom have kept us afloat these past 2 years. We're grateful for local partners who believe in live performance, and I want to thank them. I also want to thank our staff, who are just second to none. Juniper and Luke, Dagny, Beth and Matt, all our volunteers. These people work really hard to keep things going, so thank you to them also. Okay, tonight, the gentleman who is about to make your night has played here a lot of times with bands like Stiff Whisker and the Driftwood Kids, with his band, The North. Also solo shows like the very second SoundCheck in August of 2020 when he helped us to keep the lights on when every place else was dark. He's an award-winning singer-songwriter. He's a hell of a nice guy. He's the real thing. Please welcome Chris Ross.
Hey. It's so weird, like the whole system of I stand over here and just wait, and like everybody knows I'm standing over there. I don't know, there's no other way to do it, but make a little room, take me when you go. We could let the coastline fade, we could call the highway home. Wake up in a suite on the 22nd floor, just listen to the bullfrogs sing through nothing but an old screen door. Baby, I don't mind, honey, can't you tell? I wanna go where you wanna go, Annabelle. Summer in the shade, winter in the Keys, following the swallows fly, stand till the seagulls leave. Better than it was, better than before. Honey, we were young once, we could be young once more. Baby, I don't mind, honey, can't you tell? I wanna go where you wanna go, Annabelle. And he loved me for the man I used to be when I was younger, with a holy disregard for the hounds upon my trail. Hungry for the rain, thirsty for the thunder, I knew him well. And he loved me for the man I could have been when I got older, calloused on my hands with a grandkid on my knee, telling stories of the road, tales of all the wonders that we had seen. What do you say, Annabelle? Honey, I can drive, you can get some rest. We could trade when daylight breaks, we could take these horses west. If we run out of road, we'll just sail into the set. Maybe there's a sea somewhere we just ain't seen yet. Baby, I don't mind, honey, can't you tell? I wanna go where you wanna go, darling. We could ride off the carousel. I wanna go where you wanna go, darling. Take my heart, honey, wear it well. I wanna go where you wanna go, Annabelle. Annabelle, it's you. Annabelle that keeps me beating. Annabelle, I'm right here. Annabelle, I'm never leaving. Annabelle, don't give up. Annabelle, there ain't no danger. Annabelle, I'm right here. Annabelle, don't be a stranger. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. I haven't played an awful lot of shows in the last, while, but especially this winter. And so, I woke up this morning and I was like, I got a show tonight. How does that work again? You can practice the songs, but I've just kind of I hope I'm witty tonight, and no promises, everybody. Just want to. So one thing about not playing a whole bunch of shows is it gives you some time to just kind of play around the house and play some songs, and you end up rediscovering some that kind of got lost along the way. This was a song that I always liked a lot, but when we were playing with the band all the time, there was never a good time in the set list for something maybe a little bit sad and depressing, but it's not even like that, It's not even like that. Disappear in a stranger. Play house for the night. Promise all your sacred truth. Tell her all your favorite lies. Now you're lost in her laughter, and she slips your defense. You've seen all she has to show. Now you want to see the rest. But lonesome doesn't lose no sleep. Playing you will stick around. Lonesome doesn't need to keep your picture in a frame laid upside down. Lonesome's long moved on, gotten past getting over you. Ain't you over lonesome too? Take a long shot at lasting. Cover up and open wide. It's a delicate dance, as dangerous as time. Now there's one heart between you, where two beat before. It's okay to close your eyes. You ain't strangers anymore. But lonesome doesn't lose no sleep. Praying you will stick around. Lonesome doesn't need to keep your picture in a frame laid upside down. Lonesome's long moved on, gotten past getting over you. Ain't you over lonesome too? Lonesome don't know your name. It never loved you at all. It's got a million flames, burning a million souls. It ain't got time to pine or wait for you. Ain't you over lonesome too? Now she stands in the tall grass, and there's dirt on your knee. You say, baby, all you have is all I'll ever need. And lonesome doesn't lose no sleep, praying we're coming home. Lonesome doesn't need to keep up late awake, just waiting by the phone. Lonesome's long moved on, had his chance with me and you. I've gotten over lonesome, baby. Ain't you over lonesome too? Thank you, everybody. That's really nice of you. It's one of those things where I'm for those of you who know me in real life at all, I'm a super introverted dude, but not playing shows for the last few months. I realized that I'm like a super introverted dude who somehow is powered by like outside praise, which is a real problem to have. So thank you for buying a ticket tonight. It's like I've been like paying for therapy, and this whole time I could be getting paid and like seeing better results, you know? No, it's good. You should do it. It's fine. She only appears in the middle of the dark, when there's no one awake and the doors are all locked. She only drinks one, she's gotta drive home. She never stays long, but she never stays gone. She never stays gone, see her leaving that little sundress, running back from where she came. Standing in her shadow, I must confess, I'm feeling more pride than shame. See her leave and she's gone for sunny Arizona, 'cause she got dreams of her own, with babies in the frames and flowers in the corners. And I'd love to let her go, she never stays gone. She never stays gone. She thinks she can love just by saying the words. She only lies when she thinks it won't hurt. She never meant to do nobody wrong. She never stays long, but she never stays gone. never stays gone, see her leaving, she's heading back east now, desperate for that ocean air. Standing on the shore down to Carter's Beach with the north wind in her hair. See her leaning against the porch of the Soul farmhouse, singing one more goodbye in the rain. With her eyes on the skies and her tears on my shoulder, God, I'd love her to stay. She never stays gone. She never stays gone. Arizona can wait another minute, it ain't going anywhere soon. Arizona can wait another minute, it ain't going anywhere soon. Arizona can wait. Arizona can wait another minute. Arizona can wait for you. Thank you. So sometimes while I'm singing songs, if I think about the fact that I'm singing a song, like things get real weird, you know? So you kind of have to you have to be present, and then you have to have a little part of your brain, like thinking about groceries, or what am I gonna play next? Or what's that weird noise my car is making? It helps not trip on yourself to do that. Anyway, during that song, I was daydreaming, maybe because I brought up therapy, but I don't have a good transition for this. It's just a funny story. So I went through a few, and then I found my dude 6 months ago, somebody who it worked with. And we were doing either telehealth on video chat or just eventually just phone calls because it's easier. And things were going good, and cut to a different part of the story where my buddy, I'm lucky to call him a friend, but Bobby Russell over at WKIT was retiring, and it was his last week on the air, and the week before that he messaged me and he's like, hey, we're having some regular guests that used to come in on my last week to say hi and do a send-off thing. And I said, cool, sure, I'm in, definitely. And so a couple days before that, we all get this list of on Monday, these are the guests. On Tuesday, these are the guests. And I was a guest on Tuesday, and I see that the guests on Tuesday are me, somebody, and a guy named Glenn Simpson. And I'm like, where do I know that name? And I think, and I'm like, holy shit, that's my therapist's name. But why would Bobby Russell be having my therapist as a guest on the show? So at the next session, before the day happened, I was in my session, I was like, dude, did you used to be a radio guy? He's like, yeah, I was a radio guy up at KIT in Bangor. And I was like, funny story, man. We are both guests next week on the same day, and we're right back to back. He's in from 8 to 8:30, and I'm in from 8:30 to 9. And so, I don't know, it was just the first time I ever met my therapist in real life was coming in and out of the studio, where he was in full DJ mode from his days that he used to do this, where he's wearing a leather jacket and he's being super funny. I don't know, there's no moral to this story. It'd be a lot better if there was an end to the story, but it was funny. It was one of those, if I was writing for Larry David, I would feel a little bit I don't want to pitch this because it seems too out there for an episode of Curb, but anyway, this is a song I wrote. I originally wrote this song as like to be hopeful, I think, which is a tone I rarely strike. But the more I listen to it now, it's more about like being okay with procrastinating, which is not such a good thing, but take it how you want, I guess. This time next year, I'ma take a long drive, west at every red light, south at every stop sign. This time next year, I'ma drink a long glass, something with a new taste, somewhere in the bluegrass. I might ask a dance, finally sound clear. I might know your name this time next year. This time next year, I'ma put on 10 pounds, ribeye on a Tuesday, tip until I fall down. This time next year, I'ma see the Stones roll, Fenway in the springtime, Angie from the foul pole. I might take a chance, finally see clear. I might know your name this time next year. This time next year. Next year I'ma leave the miles out there on the road. This time they might finally let me go. Turn myself around the best I can and head for home. This time they might finally let me go. This time next year, I'ma open my door, step into a new world, find out what I'm here for. Thank you. You know what? I was just talking during SoundCheck about how sometimes you start a song and you just hear that you're just a little bit out of tune. And then you say, you know what? It's not so bad. I'm just going to play the song. And then you get 30 seconds in and you're like, man, I should have just stopped it and fixed it. So this is me being an adult. One day you and me gon' make it, take this love and break it tame, build a house out in the pasture, fill it up with holidays. One day we'll hear the children running, come thundering down the hall. One day we'll wonder how our youngest ever dared to grow so tall. One day you gonna share my name, one day we'll share it all. One day you and me gonna lay down, pay down all the bills we have enough left for a plane ride, take a year of photographs. One day we'll meet the Mona Lisa, See London in the fog one day. We'll make love under nothing but them Barcelona stars. One day you gonna show me around. One day we'll show 'em all. And I've been saying one day, I've been saying one day for too long. I've been praying one day to find what you had all along. Wasting too many words when all I meant to say was I love you so, babe. How about today? One day you and me gon' wake up, make up all the days we missed. Trade patience for a promise, and that promise for a kiss. One day we'll be too old to worry about nothing but the yard. One day I'll teach our eldest grandson to play this old guitar. One day you won't have to wait. One day we'll have it all. And I've been saying one day, I've been saying one day for too long. I've been praying one day to find what you had all along. Wasting too many words when all I meant to say was I love you so, babe. How about today? Thank you so much. So I started writing songs like badly when I was like 15 or 16. This is not one of those. I don't remember any of them, and you can't hear them. But just trust me when I say they were real bad. I didn't understand anything. I barely do now. But especially the things that songs are supposed to be about, which are like the universal truths and all that shit. But this guy wrote this song. This is the only cover I'm going to do tonight. But this guy wrote this song when he was 16. And every time I remember that fact, I get just so angry. Well, I've been out walking, and I don't do that much talking these days. These days I seem to think a lot about the things that I forgot to do for you. Oh, and all the times I had the chance to. Well, I had a lover. It's so hard to risk another these days. These days. And if I seem to be afraid to live the life that I have made in song, oh, it's just that I've been losing for so long. Well, I'll keep on moving. Things are bound to be improving these days. sit on cornerstones and count the time in quarter tones till 10. My friend, don't confront me with my failures. I have not forgotten them. It's just so good. Like, I don't know. There's something about the choice of, if we're going to get into my TED Talk about songwriting right now, it's the choice of the verb risk in It's So Hard to Risk Another these days. Like, you could go with any verb, like love another, choose another, find another, you know. But risk is just so fucking perfect of a word. I was pouring passion once, darling. Was chasing love with my hat in my hand, asking oceans of the sun, baby, begging water from the sand. Just the ordinary madness of an ordinary clown on a sea of the sweetest sadness. I was terrified of solid ground. Yeah, I was broken and brittle bone, shipwrecking on stepping stones, stranded. Yeah, I was craven and cowardly. I was the maven of misery, drowning. Yeah, the blues, they fit me good, darling. I put them on, I never put them down. There's a freedom in giving up, baby. I was the freest man around. But when I saw you, I couldn't stand. I told myself that I shouldn't have worried. And every second was wasted time. So when you beckoned me, baby, I hurried. I thought that I'd be better off on my own. I know that's just something people say when you get afraid, darling. Now I know I'm better off with you, darling. Honey, take me along. Take me along. I was pouring passion once, darling. You came along and the riches reigned. Thank you. playing that song like 3 or 4 years ago, and I got right to the end and just totally blanked on the words, which is a bad time because the whole band stops and it's just me to sing the last line, and I couldn't find it, and so I just said, "You came along and the nickels rained," instead of riches, and like phonetically, I guess they were similar, but like I'm just picturing how much worse raining nickels is than. Anyway, I think of that often. Tell me with a straight face, darling, try to keep your breakfast down. Tell me with a coat of sugar, go ahead and spit it out. Tell me he's the sun you set for, tell me he's the air you breathe. Tell me it's a fairy tale, hope he gives you everything you need. But I don't, 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 but I don't. I hope he burns you down. Yeah, I hope, 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 yeah, I hope he burns you down. Tell me with a careful whisper, tell me with your knuckles drawn, tell me with a shot of liquor, tell me when the bottle's gone, tell me that his touch is timeless, tell me what I've always known, tell me it was always like this. I hope he makes you feel at home, but I don't, but I don't, but I don't, but I don't, I don't, I don't. I hope he burns you down. Yeah, I hope, 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 yeah, I hope he burns you down. I hope he burns you down. I hope he burns you down. I hope he burns you down to ash. Hope he turns to you and laughs. Hope he burns you down. I hope he burns you nice and slow. Hope he turns you into smoke. I hope he burns you down. Tell me that I got it backward. Tell me that I wake up soon. Tell me I don't understand this. Tell me that it's overdue. Tell me that it wasn't worthless. Tell me it was real for you. Tell me that it had a purpose. Who knows, I might believe it's true. But I don't, but I don't, but I don't, but I don't, I don't, I don't. I hope he burns you down. Yeah, I hope, 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 yeah, I hope he burns you down. I hope he burns you down. I hope he burns you down. I hope he burns you down to ash. Hope he turns to you and laughs. Hope he burns you down. I hope he burns you nice and slow. Hope he turns you into smoke. I hope he burns you down. 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 Thank you. So this was another one that I kind of didn't forget existed, but when I sit down to make a set list, I don't really put them in order. I just spit out a bunch of songs onto a piece of paper and just bring it up and hope for the best. And this one never ended up making it onto the piece of paper. And then this morning when I was regurgitating these titles onto a piece of paper, I thought of it and went back and listened to the album version because it had been so long since I played it. And it was like one of those moments when I was like, this is really good. Like, not the song so much. I'm not going to sit up here and do that. But the production at the end of this song. It was, anyway, I'm getting into the weeds here. But we got everybody who came in, and if you played a trumpet on the record, if you did maracas, if you were a backup singer on a different song, we had everybody come in and do backup vocals for the end of this song. And it was one of those we did this? Cool. Supper on a stamp, Christmas on a shoestring. Baby at her breast, Maria's turning 19. In the podium shouting a sermon of fear. She worries her neighbors are starting to hear. She says, hush now, we're all broke from the same bough. We're all born in the same town. We're all born in the same town. Honey, it's a small one. How I pray when you get older, you'll be proud to raise your own up proud in the same town. Supper in the sand, Christmas in a mess hall. Sam is saying grace, he's bracing for the next call. And his memory holds on the boy in the road, bloodied and broken and buried in stones. She says, hush now, we're all broke from the same bough. We're all born in the same town. We're all born in the same town. Honey, it's a small one. How I pray when we get older, we'll be safe to raise our own up proud in the same town. We all run the same race, barefoot on the asphalt. We all got the same shade beating in our hearts. Hush now, we're all broke from the same bough. We're all born in the same town. We're all born in the same town. Honey, it's a small one. Hush now, we're all broke from the same bough. We're all born in the same town. We're all born in the same town. Honey, it's a small one. Hush now, we're all broke from the same bough. We're all born in the same town. We're all born in the same town. Honey, it's a small one. Hush now, we're all broke from the same bough. We're all born in the same town. We're all born in the same town. We're all born in the same town. We're all born in the same. Thank you, everybody. It's like 4 songs in a row that during the song I'm like, I need a drink of water, and then I just start playing the next song and forget to take a drink. Thank you guys so much for showing up, for coming out and doing a thing. You could have like not done a thing tonight, but instead you did a thing, and so give yourselves a round of applause. I know how easy and how nice it is to not do a thing, you know? I'm mostly sober these days. I don't know what you heard. I only drink on stage. I only smoke to burn away the frivolous things. Ride the syllable swings. Fight the urge to go swimming in the criminal springs. Mostly happy these days. Don't know if you read between the lines I wrote and the lines I dread to cross over. It's a long way back when they're sunk in the saddle, circle in the cul-de-sac. I mostly understand why you couldn't stay, why the best of you went and took away. Girl, those eyes, they be shining like a cigarette. You light them up, I breathe them in until there's nothing left. So don't believe the hype or the flowing hyperbole. Might have done the crime, never did the perjury. Wait for the dust cloud to settle on the rhetoric. Even if you rush, you'll never get ahead of it. Tip my cup, I tip my cup over. No, I ain't got luck, just a 3-leaf clover. And I keep my feet on the narrow and the straight. And I ain't too stoned to say I'm mostly sober these days. I'm mostly sober these days. I don't know what you've seen. I only drink to sleep. I only sleep to dream away the cries and the calls I've been listening. Put a hole in the walls I'm imprisoned in. I'm mostly lonely these days. I don't know where you went, who you call your friends, how your time gets spent. My last on a ticket back home, one-way trip down an eastbound road. And I'm mostly crazy these days when I think of you. While the earth it shakes, girl, your aim stays true. Bullseye, honey, right down the center of, straight shot through the heart of a sinner's love. So don't believe the hype or the flowing hyperbole. Might have done the crime, never did the perjury. Wait for the dust cloud to settle on the rhetoric. Even if you rush, you'll never get ahead of it. Tip my cup, I tip my cup over. No, I ain't got luck, just a 3-leaf clover. And I keep my feet on the narrow and the straight. And I ain't too stoned to say I'm mostly sober these days. I'm mostly sober these days. I'm mostly sober these days. I don't know what you heard. I only drink on stage, only smoke to burn away the frivolous things. Ride the syllable swings, fight the urge to go swimming in the criminal springs. I'm mostly sober these days. I'm mostly sober these days. I'm mostly sober these days. You want to feel old? That album came out 10 years ago, like next month. So, anyway. Might have stayed one day too many. You might have left one night too soon. Must have seen the things I couldn't bring my eyes to seeing you. The mortar dries, the borderlines I crossed across your face. Still lovelier than all the hers who tried to take your place. You know it's true, babe. And I could be there in a minute. This town, it ain't that big. But you may as well be in Fayetteville or Saratoga Springs. 'Cause loneliness is loneliest when home's one kiss away. And a mile is a million when you don't know what to say. 'Cause every day there's farewells on the runways. Lovers trying so hard not to love. And every night the goodbyes turn to some days. 'Cause sometimes goodbye is easier said than done. And it's the rain upon the water. It's the leaves under the trees. True love's hard to part with, hardly ever evergreen. It ain't red bouquets and Cabernets and rare filet mignon. It's a morning light that shines in spite of all that you've done wrong. 'Cause every day there's farewells on the runway. Lovers trying so hard not to love. And every night the goodbyes turn to some days. 'Cause sometimes goodbye is easier said than done. And there's a madness in the mirror that no one else can see. The part of us that lies and trusts in perfect harmony. But we're all bound by bank accounts and jagged county lines. Just love and live and please forgive the things that I can't hide. 'Cause every day there's farewells on the runways. Lovers trying so hard not to love. And every night the goodbyes turn to some days. 'Cause sometimes goodbye is easier said than done. And every word you waste could be the right one. And every step you take could be the last. And everybody hates the taste of never on their tongue. 'Cause sometimes goodbye is hard. Sometimes goodbye is hard. Sometimes goodbye is easier said than done. Thank you so much, everybody. So they have like a hard out tonight. That's a cool industry term for meaning that like the show has to end when the show has to end. So I'm gonna do one more song, and thank you guys so very, very much for coming out. If you drive a car from like pre-2003 and you want to buy a CD, I do have some. I'll be just up here somewhere, you know. Jack was into Jill, Jill was in the cabinet. Mama wasn't home and Daddy wouldn't have it. He'd spent his last nickel on an old brown bottle. Mama took the Dodge, hit that throttle. Jack was in the driveway, love struck and reticent. Jill jumps in, Pockets full of medicine, babe. Up so high, halfway to Wonderland. Jack don't mind, never had a better plan. Going down to Vegas, shotgun service. Don't need Jesus, don't need churches. Jill has got the roadmap, busting out another line. Hit that gas, honey, red light, colorblind. Jack says, honey, that all that lies and love and life ain't fair. All we got is borrowed time, we ain't got none to spare. And if the devil takes my hand too young, leaves you here to stay, I'll still love you from the bottom of my grave. Knot gets tied and bank gets the riches. Well runs dry, straight down the ditches. Jill is in the back room finishing a lap dance. Says it's just a paycheck, hold it fella, no hands. Jack is in the card room betting all the rent again. One time, no spades, no sevens, babe. Up so high, halfway to Wonderland. Jack don't mind, never had a better plan. Going down to Vegas, shotgun service. Don't need Jesus, don't need churches. Jill has got the roadmap, busting out another line. Hit that gas, red light, colorblind. All right, so I sang that verse twice by accident. But you guys know the story. Basically, they end up like, you know, they end up dead from drug overdoses. It's very sad. Jack says, honey, that all that lies and love and life ain't fair. All we had is borrowed time, we ain't got none to spare. And if the devil takes my hand too young, leaves you here to stay, I still love you from the bottom of my grave. Just realizing that all happens in the next verse, so I just, major spoiler. My bad. 6 months later, tea on a sunset. Jack is now a dope mule. Jill is having cold sweats. Take a little taste, shuts him right up. No one ever told him that the shit was uncut. One last time, fade into the faraway. Take my hand, babe, don't gotta be afraid. Jack is next to Jill. Jill's under a fake name, 6 feet down, and blessing from the Padre. Nobody wept, nobody prayed, ain't nobody sang no Amazing Grace. Jack and Jill, they went up that hill, but they never came down. They're up there still. Jack says, honey, that all that lies and love and life ain't fair. All we got is borrowed time, ain't got none to spare. And if the devil takes your hand too young, know that I won't stay. And I'll love you from the bottom of my grave. Thank you guys so much. That has to be the end of it for me, but thank you guys so much. I'm going to be right down here in a minute. Want to say hi to anybody that wants to say hi. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Thank you for spending, I'm assuming, $200 to $600 on gas to get here. I appreciate it so much. Thank you.